Round 1, fight!
Hello and welcome to Pixels. For this new season, we've got a brand new studio with all sorts of great stuff hanging around.
Broken lightsabers, broken figures. It's great to see the set falling apart already.
On today's show, we'll be hearing from Jake Neal of Hypercombo Leicester.
He's got plenty to say on the local fighting game scene, the NorCal regionals and streaming to the world.
Lewis Keim of DMU Esports Society tells us all about esports at Montfort University and their involvement in the National University Esports League.
Maybe we'll finally nail down how to spell esports. Where's the capital there? Do you even capitalise? I bet using a hyphen.
No one knows. And we'll have a brand new guest who's taking on the crazy taxi in Pixel Face.
Can't wait. But first, here's some of what's been happening in the video game world. Steam statistics and sales website Steam Spy has been forced to discontinue following privacy changes made by Valve. The latest update to Steam has made it so that a user's game library can be hidden. It's expected that the closure of Steam Spy will have a negative effect on independent games companies who are not able to invest in market research.
Or just help people win arguments on the internet. Who knows? Blizzard are releasing a new limited time event for hero shooter Overwatch, Overwatch Archives Retribution. The latest seasonal event sees players take control of Blackwatch agents against waves of Talon enemies, along with a swath of new cosmetics. This event also brings back the Uprising mission for those who missed or just want to replay the event from April last year.
Just last week, the BAFTAs hosted their awards for the games industry. Plenty of great submissions, but one title went home with a haul of 5 awards. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Ninja Theory rocked the evening with awards for Audio Achievement, British Game, Artistic Achievement, Game Beyond Entertainment, and Melina Jurgen's performance as Senua.
Other notable awards included the RPG Divinity Original Sin 2, receiving multiplayer, and Tim Schafer of Double Fine, receiving the BAFTA Fellowship. Finally, Sega made a series of announcements during their Sega Fest livestream. These include the reveal of the Mega Drive Mini, similar to Nintendo's NES and SNES mini consoles. This will have a range of classic Sega titles preloaded.
Other announcements included Shenmue 1 and 2 releasing on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC later this year, and Sega Ages, a collection of 15 Sega games to release on Nintendo Switch. And finally, a new Sakura Wars title. Details and localization were not confirmed.
Right, with that out of the way, we're going to head over to Firebug in Leicester, where fighting game commentators Ketchup and Mustard are hosting a bi-weekly fighting game meetup and tournaments.
Ryan and Jake were kind enough to let us bring our cameras along to the meetup to find out more about Hypercombo Leicester and the current fighting game scene.
How's it going, guys and girls? I am Jake Neal, otherwise known as PND Mustard, and welcome to Hypercombo Leicester. This is the resurrection of the Leicester fighting game community, which is part of the UK fighting game community overall. This is a revival of the scene. Hypercombo Leicester has been around for a number of years now, but really over the last couple of months we've managed to bring it back to what it used to be. As you can see, we've got quite a good turnout already, really sort of centralising around things like Dragon Ball FighterZ and Tekken 7, some Injustice 2, just everything to try and bring everyone together for that love of fighting games, which is why we've been doing it all this time. Things are pretty crazy in the fighting game community right now. Obviously, I think the real big talking point has been that Dragon Ball FighterZ just came out, which is kind of, I'd say, the biggest milestone of the year so far, being that it's a completely new fighting game to the genre as a whole, and the whole world is playing it. It's certainly big in the UK right now. There are players all over, really, all over the country that are really getting their hands on with it. But that's just one portion, obviously. Final round just happened in America, in Atlanta, where we had the best American players facing off against the Japanese for the first time, which has always been quite a historical moment. And that was some of the best gameplay, if not the best gameplay we've seen so far. But that kind of competition, when you watch it from afar, obviously, thanks to the wonderful world of Twitch, we get to watch it from here. It really kind of inspires you to play. You know, you watch a set like that, you watch the kind of games that we saw at Final Round, and it just makes you want to play the game. You know, it makes you want to get home, play online if you can, or if you've got access to a local like this, just turn up and play some people offline in basically the same kind of environment. So we have been streaming Hypercombo Leicester the past month or so, thanks to Will Burnett of the Nottingham scene. Shoutouts to Fitz to the Not Star. He's been coming down himself, bringing all of his own streaming equipment, has been basically one-man armying the stream overall. Obviously, we've been jumping on for some commentary every now and then. It's very casual. This isn't quite what we're used to in terms of like big esports productions and major tournaments, but for the sake of this kind of small local environment, it's really good to give people the opportunity to come and get some get some games in person, sort of in this kind of environment. So you're used to playing in front of a crowd. Obviously, if it's on our own Twitch channel, they can go and watch the VOD at home. They can see what it looked like, and they can really kind of evaluate their own gameplay. Even though it's not super serious, it's still enough. It's definitely better than nothing in terms of normally all you have is online play and just hope that that's enough for you. But this really gets you used to that in-person physical style of gameplay, which is really what turns you from just a casual player to the possibilities of becoming a great player.
Thanks a lot to the guys and girls down at Hyper Combo Leicester. I'm going to go check it out myself next time around.
And get perfected 2-0 each match?
Probably not.
Now, he's been writing a Star Wars spin-off, been shortlisted for an award for his docudrama Down, and joining us today for Pixel Face, it's Ollie Bruce.
So,
hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to have you.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
Doing very good, thank you very much.
Fairly good.
Yeah, so I've got you in the studio. We want to know, what is Down all about?
Down is as you said, a docudrama focusing on student mental health and how it affects people and how it affects how you get about with life and social work and whatnot.
Okay.
Cool. So what inspired you to make Down?
Mostly sort of my own concerns when I came to uni about stuff like mental health, and also seeing a lot of my friends and stuff sort of suffering from it, and some family members as well who have also been affected by it.
Yeah.
So it's historically been quite tricky to get people to open up about mental illness and depression, even amongst proper adults, who would say.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
did you approach people of our age?
The most important thing is to let them approach you about it.
Okay.
Sort of, I just generally asked people if they would be interested, a very general, broad-reaching thing, saying if people are interested and willing to talk about these problems with me, come talk to me. I will try and represent you as best I can. And yeah, no, thankfully a lot of people came forward and were willing to sort of talk about it with us and give us their own experiences, which is
but social media quite an important tool
yeah,
to get that out
definitely social media, emailing, yeah. It was mostly over social media that we sort of talked to people over and got their sort of opinions and views about it from, so it was definitely very useful.
Awesome.
Cool. So why do you think it's important that students get this kind of help?
Honestly, students, we don't take care of ourselves very well. As soon as we sort of move away, and as soon as we move away from parents, we just stop thinking about that kind of stuff, because that never used to be our responsibility. And we're focusing so much on work, so much on trying to have a social life and stuff like that, that you just completely forget about all of it. And oftentimes that can really not help.
Yeah, don't worry, we understand too.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a clip from Down to show, so let's have a look about what it's all about.
When you come to uni, it's quite a different work ethic kind of thing, and it seems like it's all at once.
Handling the stress of workloads and moving out at the same time, and all these life changes in one go, I think can naturally put a strain on your brain.
That kind of experience of leaving home and being on your own, and then going into the kind of whole uni lifestyle where it's all work all the time, and you've got to manage everything yourself, cook yourself and all of that. I think it can definitely bring out the worst examples of any kind of mental health issues there are.
I would agree, yes, that students are a bit more susceptible at uni, because you just never know what's going to hit you when you come at uni, when all through your life beforehand you've sort of known what's going to happen, and you've always had sort of your parents close by or friends that you really know well, like you've grown up with close by with you. But when you go to uni, it's a whole different city, whole different way of life that you've known.
Heavy stuff, but very, very important. Now, we are a gaming show, so we want to know a little bit about your gaming history.
Okay.
Bit of a change of pace, but what's the earliest game that you can remember playing?
Oh, earliest game I can remember playing is Sonic the Hedgehog on the old Mega Drive.
Nice.
I don't think I've even seen an old Sega Mega Drive.
Neither have I for a while. We ended up selling ours forward a little while back, but I know it's tragic.
So
but
it's one of those things where you wish you hadn't sold it on 10 years later.
Yeah, it turns out they might actually be quite valuable now.
Yeah.
So.
Don't worry, I did the same thing with my N64. People are
God.
wild over that now. So what have you been playing recently?
Most recently been playing Stellaris, which is one of these massive space strategy games where you have to keep an eye on resources and stuff like that. It's all very fun.
Kind of like the future Age of Empires kind of a thing.
Kind of future Age of Empires. Yeah.
Yeah, wicked, wicked.
That sounds like a smart people game.
It is a smart people game.
Not for you, then.
Not for me. Hey, it's not for me really.
Hey, you were going to say it too.
Yeah, I was. So what would you say your favourite game would be?
Favorite game at the minute or overall? Ooh.
Either or, whichever takes your fancy.
Yeah.
Overall, probably The Last of Us.
That's a fair shout.
That's the first game that actually cried real tears at.
Without
Within
giving.
the first 10 minutes, I was
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah, because
It was
without giving it
ridiculous.
away, within the first 12 minutes, I left the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for me.
No, just you could hear the door slam and everything. It was, it's oh god.
It's tragic.
It is a tragic game, but I really love it. It is incredible. I'm so looking forward to the sequel.
Fantastic. So, it's nothing like The Last of Us, it's nothing like Stellaris, and it's nothing like Sega. Or Sonic, really. Let's play a game of Crazy Taxi.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Should we go over
I'm
to my
ready.
console?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, don't forget your controller.
No, that is very important in
So,
times
what
like
we're going to
these.
do, we're going to have a quick 3-minute game. You're going to see if you can work for 3 minutes and see how good you would be as a taxi driver. So, you ready?
Yep.
On your marks, get set. Let's start working.
Let's do this thing.
Okay, I got to select the
You've
dude.
got 2.5 people to choose from.
2.5. Yep.
So, you're good with the controls?
Yeah. I'm all good
Forward,
with that.
backward,
Yeah.
drive.
Wicked, let's go.
Cool.
Or maybe not.
No, maybe,
Why is
maybe
he,
you
Why
aren't.
is he not going forward anymore? Why is he? There he
There we
is.
go.
You finally got it.
I
Finally got it
must
sorted.
have hit a button or something.
So I take it these aren't the kind of games you're used to then?
No, not normally. I remember trying to play this when I was very, very young and being very, very bad at it.
There's only a few games I remember. It's a pretty unique game type, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
you
It's
don't
like,
really have taxi driving
Yeah,
games.
you've got this and Simpsons Road Rage or Hit and Run.
Hit and Run, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Either or.
Yeah, it's either or really. Oh no, Hit and Run was more like a GTA for kids, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was strange. There were aliens
that game.
and
It was
stuff.
brilliant.
Still
Very
strange
hard,
though.
very difficult. What would you say your favourite game type, your game genre overall?
Definitely sort of first-person shooters, I would say.
Yeah, you kind of like your Halo, your Call of Duty,
Halo's,
that
Call
kind
of
thing.
Duty, stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Because the very first game that I remember playing on the PC was the first Call of Duty game.
They were kind of the first games that you played with your
gonna
friends as well.
Gloss over
online.
the fact that you just entered that tram.
Yeah, no one saw that. No one saw a thing.
We
sure
all
didn't.
saw that. So you say that you've been playing a lot of like strategy games to that recently, and your favourite game, your favourite game was The Last of Us. But what would you say your favourite first-person shooter game is?
Definitely Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
At the minute, purely because like even if I do play other games, it's something that I just always come back to when it
Reach-
comes to like playing it.
Reaching into the esports kind of scene then.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's one of the few sort of esportsy games that I actually play purely because it's so much fun.
You ever play it competitive or just
Not,
kind of like?
not particularly competitively, mostly just with friends for a bit of fun and that. But like, I do enjoy it for its more competitive aspect.
Yeah.
Aspect.
I feel like it's one of those games where if I played it anything other than utterly casually, things would go horrendously wrong.
Yeah,
Same.
you sort of get into this very
We were
strange
having
mindset.
a bit of a
don't
chat
you?
about this earlier. Like, I remember saying the main operator I tend to pick is I'll hammer buttons. Right, I found one. IQ, sorted. I'm sticking with that one now for pretty much forever. That's my mechanism choosing anything in games.
See, I'm always sort of trying to like keep up on the strategies and everything like that, but it's always a bit difficult, especially when so much like content for it is being released at such a pace.
Checking out the forums on Reddit, that kind
Yeah,
of
exactly.
dealio, min-max strategies, all that kind of.
Min-maxing, all that kind of stuff.
Then there's me, even in RPGs, if I'm offered a selection of weapons, I'm like, that one's pretty. I just,
Big hammer, give.
honestly, like a gaming magpie. You put a shiny object in front of me and that's it, I'm
Shiny,
golden.
Indeed.
So we're getting close to the end of time on this game.
Yeah, 20
Are
seconds.
you-
Oh god, I
can't quite
fell out
see
the area.
the amount of money, so we'll see at the end.
Yeah, it's good. It's suspense, isn't it?
He's got a
Suspense.
Speedy, so I'm going to say that was actually probably a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Even though
Oh,
I'm
this guy ain't gonna get where he's going.
I say no, he's
This
not got
guy's
long.
not getting anywhere.
I'll be honest, if this was a real taxi driver, I'd probably ask for a refund.
Yeah, no, I don't see why you're getting
Seems
a taxi with
wildly
this kind of
unsafe.
guy. Ah,
Right, cool. So time's up. Let's see how you've got on.
let's see how we got on.
$1,394.17 D-class license.
D-class.
How are you feeling?
I'll take that. I mean, that's a pass on any sort of.
That is a pretty decent one. Congratulations, Ollie. Now, De Montfort University is host to many societies. One that was of interest to us is their esports society. We decided to send one of our intrepid reporters over there to see what it's all about.
So I am the treasurer for the Esports Society. The Esports Society mainly involves competitive gaming. So we started as the League of Legends Society 5 years ago, and we eventually grew it into the Esports Society. And what we do is we play League, Overwatch, CSGO, Fortnite, big popular games, and we play them with lots of people together weekly at labs and online every day. So I've been treasurer for the last 2 years. It's grown quite a lot and changed quite a lot since I've joined as well. We recently partnered with Twitch, a massive company owned by Amazon. What they allow us to do is they allow us to stream on their platform and basically play video games, and other people will come onto their stream and watch us playing video games, and we can make a small amount of money each month by doing so.
Do you gain any revenue from your partnership with Twitch?
Yeah, we get subscribers, and subscribers pay us a small monthly fee each month. A lot of people do it through Twitch Prime, which is basically Amazon Prime. So we get a little bit of money back, and it goes into our society funds, which is very helpful. Most of our money goes on prizes. We host 1v1 tournaments at labs. So we play in the National University Esports League, and what that is it's a big tournament, effectively, where we play with there's like around 500 teams that enter, and we tend to come around 10th or so every year. Esports societies aren't usually recognised by the uni. Our varsity was unofficial last year, despite being the biggest varsity at DMU. We want that to become official. We want the university to recognise what we do and how big we are. So I think in the next few years, esports societies especially will have that legitimacy because of the pressure from external student groups.
I've been a part of the society for 2 years now.
I really like the society. I've been here for 2 years now.
In the society, I'm allowed to just play games and meet a few friends. It's very fun.
It's just good to have people to play games with.
I think the fact there's always someone to talk to. There's always someone online on Discord that you can just hop in and have a chat with.
I think it's just the sort of inclusiveness.
It's definitely got a lot more busy.
I mean, even away from society, back at home, you can just play games with everyone.
I like that it provides a wider group of people to be social with while playing games, like something that's not typically too social.
What was the other question again?
Have you ever tried virtual reality?
I've tried it briefly, but not too much.
I have not, but I would like to.
I've never used it.
I have never tried VR before, but I'm afraid of it being in the society because I've heard about stories about people not cleaning out the VR properly and then pink eye becoming a thing.
If your society was to include virtual reality, would you definitely be on board?
Definitely, yes. It's definitely something I want to try.
So that was Lewis Kime with a little information on DMU Esports Society and what's been going on there.
Yeah, I like what I see there. It's great to see all these grassroots set up, and that partnership they've got with Twitch and the NUEL should benefit them greatly. Best of luck to them in the future.
Absolutely, and seeing Hypercombo earlier, Leicester really is heating up for a centre for competitive gaming and esports in the UK. So, what's been your favourite part of the show so far?
Well, I'm always a sucker for seeing someone play games badly. So,
really?
you know, yeah.
It's a bit offensive. I'm hoping our guest isn't still around. So do you reckon you could be able to beat that score?
Absolutely.
100%?
100%.
Do you know what I think would be interesting? Like, the guys mentioned it in the VT, but can you imagine playing Crazy Taxi, but with VR? It'd be like a whole new level of things, wouldn't it?
You've blown my mind.
Actually, I'm not sure whether I'd be more like interested or terrified of what's about to happen, but I'm pretty sure so that's been that's got to be your highlight for the show.
Yeah, that's me. What about you?
See, I don't know. See, I was going to go along with the same things, but I feel like I've got to change that now, haven't I? So, unfortunately, it's came to the end of the show.
Yeah, thank you all for watching.
Tune in next week to get another update. We'll chat to Riot Entertainment about their acquisition of the team behind the fighting game Rising Thunder.
We show off some of the new games that piqued our interest at EGX Res, and another player takes on Crazy Taxi and Pixel Face, live from the show floor.
See you
both
next time.
Round 1, fight.